Hello, hello. How are you doing this fine Monday evening? Let's get in here and pray. I pray your Monday has been amazing. Mine has. So I pray your day has been great for you. Let's go ahead and pray. Thank you, God, for being Jehovah Nissi, the God of the banner. You place a hedge of protection in front of me, behind me, and on top of me. You keep me safe by any means necessary. Psalms 91, you place me underneath your mighty wing, and nothing shall by any means harm me. No evil will befall me, neither will any plague come nigh my dwelling. 1,000 may fall at my left hand side, 10,000 at my right, but it shall not come near me. No weapon formed against me will prosper. It will form, but I have the breakthrough formula from Jesus, so and a Rumala that left behind. I walk in it instead of fussing about what it looks like. Just saying. You got to remind yourself of certain truths so you see it as much as possible, so you constantly resetting yourself. Jehovah Shalom, the God of peace, the peace that passes all understanding. Philippians 4, think on these things that are good and of a good report. And if I keep my mind stayed on you, you'll keep me in perfect peace. It don't make sense, but it makes faith. And what I have faith in, I'll believe. And what I believe, I'll act on. And what I act on, I'll see happen in the spirit realm, then I see it happen in this realm. So the spirit realm is a real realm. This realm has been changed so many times. Jehovah Sabaoth, the God of hosts. You're here, you're there, you're everywhere. You are me and I am you. You placed this small all spark in my heart before I was entered into my mother's womb. Let's talk about that. Before we left God and we came down here to this earth plane, we have made some covenant promises with God. And God placed an aspect of himself in us before we got here. And we made all these plans. We said we in it, but this was a setback. The setback was once you came to this earthly realm, you will forget what you were supposed to do. And your process is to go back to God as clean as when you left him. Okay. So God is love. He's not an aspect of love, but God places an aspect of himself in each one of us. And depending on how we work it throughout our life depends on how it works in us. It could be a 1 foot, 3 feet, 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet. It depends on how the love that we work the love in our life while we were here on earth. Isn't that amazing? It sure is. Mm-mm-mm. Jehovah Elohim, the God of gods. We made all this stuff to put in between us and God. We made priests, preachers. We made all these things, all these religions. And God said, I don't mind you having those. But what I want you to do is I want you to come and talk to me first. You're running to them and you're making them your idol, which is not cool. Because what did I already say about that? Okay. Jehovah El Shaddai, the Most High God. Your name is higher than anything that is named on this earth in the universe. If it can be congregated in a sentence and a punctuation put at the end of that sentence, God is higher than that. And even if I think of something and I'm getting ready to tell you, it's going to be a word that can be placed in the sentence and a punctuation can be put at the end. So God is higher than that. It doesn't matter. God made everything. And no matter what you do and religion, what you in, it's going to lead back to the creator. How about that? Jehovah Jireh, my provider. There is no lack, only provision. You're more than enough and you supply all I need. It may not look the way I had it in my head, but it's supplied. I'm worthy because I exist and I exist because I'm worthy. It's 1 in 600 trillion chances to be on this earth. If you're here, you're meant to be here. Don't let nobody push you off this earth quickly by getting you depressed and wanting to take your life. That is not of God. God said, I gave you here with a purpose and I'm going to give you the strength to do it if you ask me. There's nothing that God will ever withhold from us. God is my source and not the things on the outside of me. God uses the people on the earth to bless me because wealth comes from the north. It's as above, so below, not the east, west, and the south. It will always be supplied supernaturally if I believe it. It's based on my frequency and my energy, which is key. If God is here and I'm over here and God said, come to me as you are, that means I have to change my perspective, get up and come to him. That's what you do every time you go to somebody. You change your perspective. God is Jehovah Rapha, my healer. He is my mind, my soul, my body, and my spirit. There is so much of me that is healed on a daily basis. Like I went to go work out today and I said, woo, child. It was a deep workout, but it's okay. It was fun. Jehovah Gamola, the God of the recompense, no getting even with people and no arguing with them. Let me tell you why. I don't care who it is. It could be a priest, it could be the preacher on the pulpit. Let me tell you, all of us are humans. We can have a day. Okay, all of us can have a day. It don't matter. And so what happens is they could just wake up and say, I'm just not in the mood today. And they just could be on the time to just, I got time today. So they say something, you say something, they hit below the belt. It's just not worth it. No matter who it is. Just send all that negative energy up to the Creator to be cleansed and purified. Ask the Creator to send it back to the rightful owner. No blocking their path, no stopping their path. No matter what they've done to you, it's just not worth it. Because we have cause and effect, sowing and reaping, and the corresponding action laws in place. And I live under the law of assumption that it's already worked out, and I don't have to stress about it. Everything doesn't require my response or my fight, because God already knew it was coming. It wasn't a surprise to him. I choose my battles properly, because what did God say? He said, cast your cares on me because I care for you. I knew that was coming. You're not meant to carry all of this, so give it to me. I leave it in his hands. Ain't no fussing and no stressing me out, okay? And smote it be and forevermore. And that's what we gonna leave it. We gonna give it back to God. God knew it was coming. Don't not surprise God. It surprises me. God, like, oh, I knew that was coming. Look in the description below to see a few items just for you. My books incorporate the essence of God. If you want to feel the presence of God, read In the Garden with the Father, Understanding True Intimacy. Okay, this is a one-on-one book with me and God. This is me and God's own personal conversations. Okay, because it was published after it was published in 2021, right after the pandemic. I said, God, there got to be more than going on with this. This can't be it. So you'll see the the writings I did. It was just me and God. And then you'll see you have 45 pages to write down your thoughts. And this one, it says confidence. When I had to start over, confidence and complete faith sometimes wasn't there, to be honest. I began to feel like I couldn't make it. What do you have confidence in? And this is what God said to me. Confidence. Come higher, leave the things that have held you back from my presence. Trust me to lead, trust me to lead and you follow. Lean on me, only no one else. No more limits, time to soar. Restoration, grace, accomplishing, love like never before, and identity. I've noticed you needed recognition from others to seek attention, and that lead to pride. You need to perfect or mature confidence in the things that I've told you, and only that for complete healing. Trust me, no matter what. Don't walk in pride, because you know what pride also could be, to where you also pride can be lofty thinking, and it can also feeling unworthy. That's also a portion of pride. You need to remain humble before my presence. Okay, that was me and God. And then I also have two other books. These are not on my personal page, but these are on Amazon. As I said, I have books on Amazon. This book is Mindset Matters with Jack Canfield. And this is my other book, Influence and Impact with Chris Voss. Both of these books are on the New York Times bestseller list, so you can copy a copy off of those. All right. I love writing. It happens so easily. Me and God talk all the time. All right. No matter what your background is, my book will be amazing for you and a great gift as well. I have notebooks and journals for all, coloring books that help in meditating, recalibrating the mind. You'll see the link to the podcast with the Women's Leveling Up. It was fun being there. You'll also see a new link to the magazine that I was just recently in last month. Um, and to see the new link to my own personal bookstore. I'm excited about that venture. Why? Because I'm in charge of my own intellectual property, even though I have a lot of stuff still on Amazon. Okay. Yes, I still have stuff on Amazon. There are some freebies just for you. I added the link to the 105 spiritual laws, okay? There's only 7 in the initiate book. It's 12 in another book. So I said it's got to be more. So find out it was 105. Okay, and it's 45 pages per law. So you get a deep, in-depth study of each law. And then you can study it on your own time, at your own leisure, and then add the 54 books of the Bible that were taken out. You have so much in here. You have the book of Esther, honey. You have the book of Esther, the book of Judith. Um, honey, you have so much stuff in here because there was some stuff of Esther that they couldn't leave in there because Esther had more power than they talked about inside the Bible. They took that out because that would mean that women were held in a level of equality, which they were. So they had to take that out so we would feel inferior as women. So they had to leave a level of control. Okay, a lot of stuff that was taken out of the Bible is about control. And most of the stuff that you see in the world now is about control. Nothing much has changed. King Solomon said it, there's nothing new underneath the earth. Pretty much. And just like we have 10 commandments, there's really 613 commandments. If you really want to see all the 613 commandments, you can go and get the Torah. The Torah breaks down the 613 commandments. I told you I spent some time learning about different religions because I grew up in the church. And because I grew up in the church, I only saw it one way. But once I started looking around, I was in a place where I could go and view everybody's stuff. So since I could go view it, I did. And I learned so much more. And it allowed me to respect other people's religion and not disrespect them. And I'm glad that I did that because there were certain places that I had to go on my path where I needed to connect with each particular Elohim or God of a different religion. And I'm so glad that I learned to respect them because if I didn't, whoo wee. Okay. And that's what God told the Israelites. You cannot keep 613 laws every day or you're going to get wore out. They say, yes, we can. God said, no, you can't. They say, yes, we can. Us and our children's children. And that's where we are now in our world, where we think we can do anything without God. When we have our very being in God. When we breathe in, we say, Yah. We blow out, we say, way. Okay. It's like everything, we know everything, but we don't know anything. And this keeps us from attachment that I learned as we go through each level and lesson taught to me by Thoth and Issue. Okay, don't forget about your adjective and your morals and values PDF. What that does is it allows you to change your persona. If you are constantly going to work, you're doing this and this, and now you're just like, I'm tired of doing this life. I want to change. Okay, what you do, you go, there's 50 adjectives on the adjective thing. You find the one that you want to be, you look it up and make sure it's positive. If it's not positive, get the antonym, not the synonym. The synonym is the same. The antonym is the total opposite. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get you 3 to 5 morals and values. Then put it on some index cards. Keep it in your pocket for when you need to reset yourself. Because there are going to be days, there are going to be times throughout the day where you're going to need to pause and reset yourself. And you need to have it easy for you. You don't need to let everybody know what you're doing. That's your business. Okay. And that's our science project. So what you do is you take a picture of yourself, cheese, and it's a hypothesis to see what you're going to be after 28 days. And because it takes 21 to 28 days to change your persona, to change your mind, and to get your mind and your body to become one, to be brain and heart coherent, once you do your research, add another 28 days and go through the process. If you need assistance, reach out. Don't forget to look at your link to receive 25% off your first order. This is the company that I use along with All Natural Remedies when I was given a diagnosis in 2017 of breast cancer. I didn't take any cancer treatments. I didn't take any chemo. I didn't take any of that. When the doctor told me I had 6 months to live and that was it, I began to ask the doctor some questions. When I asked the doctor some questions, the doctor was like, not really. And I said, huh? And the doctor said, And I said, And I said, I'm not going to put my life in your hands because you just backpedaling in here and you just told me what you said, but you trying to gaslight me like you didn't say it. So I use the Silver Shield um, with that process. It's not for long-term process. It is for removing the free radicals out of your body. So it helps with that. It helps removing the free radicals. It helps with um, your mitochondria and your nucleus of your cell, bringing that back to where it needs to be. As well as I ate dandelions out of the backyard. Yes, that weed is in the backyard. That thing is fully edible. And that purple flower that grows with it, I think it's called Morning Glory. I could be wrong, but I think that's the name of it. But it's completely edible. That whole flower is edible as well. If you find yourself in the wilderness and you need to survive, you can eat the dandelions and you can eat that marigold, both of them. You can also eat this grass that smells like onions. I forget what it's called, but it's edible. My ancestor told me eat that. It fights cancer. It fights the free radicals in the body. And then there's also something that's called poke salad. It looks like lettuce and it looks like cilantro, but it's called poke salad. And it has a taste like cilantro that comes out of your backyard. Okay, so it may be a form of cilantro. Okay, just sharing. And what I did, I put it underneath the spinach, underneath my jasmine rice, my zucchini and my squash, my red onions and my bell peppers, red, orange, and yellow. And that's good with, oh, you get some Hidden Valley Ranch, you get some broccoli and some cauliflower. Child, that's a whole snack. With some pecans and some almonds. And another bag as a snack. Child, that's so good. So good for the body. Once a month, I give 2 full scholarships for my transformational program. Yes, 2 full. Designed to help you renew your mind and reclaim sovereignty over your own life. This is how it works. Number 1, you're going to go to my webpage. Number 2, you're going to go to the first page and it says connect here. Open it up, fill out that short form, and boom, you're in the drawing for a free private session to get started on your way back to you. And you're going to say, child, I know myself. Child, I thought I knew myself too. So I started doing the work and realized I was doing everything everybody told me to do. I was being a good girl instead of doing what God said. God said, I said to do this. You doing this. So you made them your idol and your God. Woo! I had to make a 180-degree turn and go the other way. Psalms 91, 1 through 6 NLT. Those who live in the shelter of the Most High will find rest in the shadow of the Almighty. This I declare of the Lord. He alone is my refuge, my place of safety. He is my God, and I trust him and do. For he will rescue me from every trap and did, and protect me from every deadly disease and did. And he will cover me with his mighty feathers and did. And he will cover me with his mighty wings every day. He is faithful to his promises. Let's talk about these promises. God's promises are always yes and amen. However, we ask for diamonds and pearls, and we want to remain the same. God said, I want you to have the diamonds and pearls. I want to give you the rubies. I want to give you everything. I want to give you the lapazuli. I want to give you the emeralds. I want to give you everything you said you wanted. However, I'm going to need you to become it. That's what the tests and the trials and the challenges are. It is showing you how to become a new person. Okay. Is it fun? Not really. But you know what? After a while, you start paying attention. You're like, wait a minute. If I pass this, I'm going to get another one. But it won't be on this level. It'll be on another level. Got it. Okay. God is my armor and my protection. I'm not afraid of the terrors of the night, nor the bullets that fly at day. Why? Because my angels will jump in front of me like a bulletproof vest. I do not dread the disease that stalks in darkness. Why? Psalm 23 said, Psalm 23 said, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for God is with me. My rod and staff. Little did we know that our spine and shoulder to shoulder is our cross. Jesus said, pick up your cross and carry it with you daily. Little did we know we was carrying it with us in our own body. Okay. And then he said, my cup runneth over. That is prosperity, overflow, and wealth. And then he said, and goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Now go to Isaiah 53. It says that God will send the angels to go before us to set asunder, to make the crooked places straight. And God will always be our rear guide. Now go back and pick up Psalm 23. God is always my rear guide, meaning goodness and mercy is always following me every day of my life if I pay attention and see what's happening. God is just asking us, are you paying attention to what I'm doing? Are you see what I'm doing in this season? Are you slowing down to see what my mighty hand is doing? Mm, 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 mm. God is good in every way. Even though we may not see all the ins and outs, that's for God to know. It's just for us to pick up on what he's doing. Hand over heart affirmation. You can do this affirmation as you choose. I am not society's script. I am my own definition. I am not of this system, but a flame from God, source, the divine. I don't stress about what I can't physically fix. I let go of that attachment. I monitor the use of my own energy. Only thing I can do is control me. I can't control nobody else. People do what they do, and that's between them and the God that they serve. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. There will be times in this journey that you will get the opportunity to walk alone. There may be people to come along as you're going. They're on the same journey, and sometimes they will have the same heart as you, and sometimes their heart will be so encumbered with the pain of the journey. This is when you get the opportunity to open your heart and understand someone else's plight. They will come around eventually, or they may not. Our job is just to send cleansing and purifying energy towards them as we release them. So when they're ready, they can change with the light that we sent them along their way. Our job is not to preach them down. I know you might say, no one gave it to me on my path. However, God said to walk in his path is 1 Corinthians 13. That's the love chapter, just in case you don't know. And you didn't know. Because I don't want to assume everybody knows the scriptures and the chapters of the Bible. It means that you don't count every wrong done to you. Yeah. Confirmation bird. Just letting you know. And I've been going through a process of totally releasing people. Has it been easy? Mm-mm. A lot of tears, a lot of screaming in pillows, a lot of putting on my gloves, my boxing gloves and going at it, releasing it, letting it go, and allowing my angels, God, and my ancestors hold me while I'm going through the process. If God remove them, let them stay away. Allow your body and your intuition to tell you things if things have changed. You change, but your body still reacts. But if your body still reacts and your intuition says no, that's a full stop. Nothing else is needed to be said. They've chosen their path and you've chosen yours. That's it. Cut all ties and sever the connection and keep going. Only thing God asks you to do is love your neighbor as yourself. That means, as Paul says, love yourself and then love your neighbor with that same love that you give yourself. Meaning, the only thing that you owe people is love. Meaning, the only thing you owe them is cleansing and purifying energy. That's it. You don't owe them a closing ceremony. You don't owe them closure, and they don't owe that to you either. No one on earth owes anything to anyone. Okay. Just sever the connection and keep going. Some parts of the journey aren't always pretty, but they show you how to maintain your value to yourself and how to keep yourself number one on your own list, no matter where people put you on theirs. Symptoms today, they were funny. My crown and my third eye are wide open. Something is going on with that and my throat chakra at the same time, and I can't explain it. Something's going on with that, and it's about my crown. It feels like fire is coming in. I can't explain it. I just know something is going on that's usually not happening. Okay. Worked out and it felt amazing. Afterwards, with a light relaxing, and then I went right back to what I was doing. I just needed 10 minutes and I was like, oh, I'm ready. Peace that is hard to understand. Today, I just had peace that was just hard to understand. I can't even explain it to you. I can't explain it to you. It's like Philippians 4. It's that level of peace. It doesn't really make sense because everything is still the same. It's just, I was looking at stuff like, well, that ain't my battle. Okay. Enjoying the sunlight, and I slowed down and just was breathing. The angels kept showing amazing stuff today. It was beautiful. Felt like something is about to happen soon that's big, but I don't know. I just feel it. I feel it, but I don't see it yet. Took about a 10-minute rest, and I felt today like all of a sudden I felt totally everything was going great. I took my nap. Can't I didn't even take a nap. I laid down for like 5 minutes and I said, okay, I'm good. Let me get on back. And I started doing my stuff. And as soon as I started doing my stuff, like an hour later, I was like, I can't even keep going. Something going on in the spirit realm. And I said, I'm going to just try to write 2 more things. And my body was like, go lay down. So I went and laid down. And as soon as I laid down, I got the biggest download. And my body said, and I woke up like 10 minutes later. And I had bouts of exhaustion and pure energy throughout the day. It was like, I'm fully energized. And it was like, okay, sit still for like 5 minutes. Okay, now you're at. And it's, that's how I was. I was like, what's going on? Feeling peaceful and aware of what was going on around me. And so many other things too. It's just too many things to mention. I saw exactly what was going on around me, but it wasn't my business, so I didn't get involved. I'm learning to stay out of stuff that ain't got nothing to do with me. I just pray about it, leave it alone. How well do you know yourself? Have you sat in silence or stillness with yourself? Do you trust yourself? I've been asking myself these questions, and it hasn't been easy to answer. My light went out, but it's okay. I don't know what happened, but it's okay. I've been asking. There you go. Okay. We can make it work. I've been asking myself these questions, and it wasn't an easy answer. Sometimes tears fell down my eyes because at first I pulled on what I was told. Then I was given the opportunity to dig even deeper. That's better. When did my body start? When I did, my body started to fight the process because it meant going deeper into myself and in solitude. Not loneliness, but that moment when you take the opportunity to know a lot more of yourself. When you just say, you know what, let's get this pad out. Let's start talking to God. Let's start talking to the ancestors. What is it that I am supposed to be healing in this passage of time? And when I found out, I said, what did I? And so I said, well, let's go. To take the opportunity to know more of myself. It's a little scary because you see your own mask in everyone else's. Everybody mask. My mask started falling, theirs too. And I said, well, I seen since mine fell, I'm going to just let it stay off. You see your inner child and all the other inner children around you. See, some people don't like to be seen that way. So they attack and reject you. So, because really what they've done is they've already rejected themselves. So they reject you because they don't want you to see it. It's not personal. We all do it on some level. I did it to myself when I went into my shadow. It's an ouch moment of self. But when you stay there and don't turn away, it's when you get to know more of yourself. Okay. The hardest moments are when you're not received, but you kind of like the people, but then God says, that's it. It happens all of a sudden, and most times you don't get to say goodbye. It's not easy, but this is the life of the disciples had. They and I go where God sends me. All is well, nothing is wrong. Just asking some of the questions I ask myself that stumps me from time to time. I'm just sharing in hopes that you may want to go deeper yourself. If not, there's no problem whatsoever. When you're ready, the door is open. It's, it's always open for when you're truly ready. God is so amazing and gentle to allow you to grow at your pace and sits and sits with me and my host of angels, ancestors, and holds my hand as I go through the doors that will hurt me, but also heal me. A threefold cord is not easily broken. Each one of us has that threefold cord. That threefold cord is us, God and our angels, and our ancestors. But it shows up when we're ready. Again, it's always there. I just love how God loves me. It causes me to become gentler than I usually would. And it's our own communication. You get the opportunity to try it, and you'll always be protected, loved, and cared for. Are you willing to go with love of God and dig your feet in the ground to stay on the same level? Another question. Will you allow your trigger to continue to trigger you, or take the power away by going into the shadow to be free? Only you have the answers to these questions. When you're ready, I'm ready to assist you to walk through your darkest moment, even with fear in tow. I know what it feels like to have pain so deep you can't stop crying and you wish you had someone to share it with. God allowed me to feel that, so I would never say, just get over it. Or even worse, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. When healing comes to you to visit your home, you get the opportunity to feel compassion, love, and understanding from someone who went through the shadow. I came out on the other side to help others. I wanted someone there for me, and I get to be that person I wish I had by my side. Again, when you're ready, I'm ready. God doesn't give you what you want until you let go of what's in your hands. Is what's in your hands working for you? Everyone gets an opportunity to do their own work and wake up in their own timing. It's hard when you love folks, but in their own timing, okay? Keep going. They get the same opportunity you did to decide, okay? I know you care for them, but what are they showing you? Are you really paying attention? Some want to connect only when they feel you growing. Let them go to learn their own lessons. They will hold you down from moving forward. Just let go. It'll be okay. God has you, and then trust that God has them too. Just let go. James 1:19 through 21, NLT. Don't allow anyone to take your power or your energy. Understand this, my dear brothers and sisters, you must be quick to listen and slow to speak and slow to get angry. Human anger doesn't produce the righteousness God desires. So get rid of all the negative thinking and humbly accept the word that God has placed in your heart. That's between you and God. For it has the power to save your souls. Verses like the Quran 17:53 and 4148 highlight the importance of speaking kindly, avoiding slander, and speaking the truth. See, they all say the same thing, is if we're doing it. There's no difference. We just put labels on all these religions, and God is saying the same thing. Do you know who you really are? You get the opportunities to get into your studies, whatever you're in, pray, meditate, and find out who you are because they all say the same thing. Be so secure when things come to steal your joy, you bounce back quicker each time. You will find yourself slowly but surely bouncing back from every challenge, trial, and test. I'm still saying, God is so good. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of love. You know why I'm worthy of love? That is my birthright. To be worthy is my birthright. I am worthy of a life I love. That is my birthright. I was born of a woman of a womb here on this earth. That is my birthright. I am worthy of a rounded, wealthy life. That is my birthright. That is my birthright. I am worthy of the dream that is in my heart. God placed that dream in my heart. That wasn't my dream. I didn't even know it was there until I started digging. And then I was like, wait a minute. I started doing shadow work because, in the scripture it says nothing good in the heart. But once you start doing that shadow work and going into your heart and you run smack dab into God, and when you run into God, you be like, wait a minute. There is something good in there. It's my covenant. It's God. What? See, when you start finding out who you really are, you start finding out the goodness of God in there too. I release timelines that are no longer for me, and they release me too. There's no need to constantly hold on. I see who you are, you see who I am. We can just let go. I release the timelines that require me to shrink. There's no more reason to shrink. We know who each other are. There's no reason to shrink anymore. Okay. I'm not rushing or placing pressure on myself. I'm just open for clear communication and wisdom on my next move in stillness. Stillness, stillness does something for you. You hear me? I walk forward lighter, clearer, and deeply supported. I'm never alone. I have ancestors, angels, and God. A threefold cord is not easily broken. I'm secure in knowing myself, even if no one is with me. I'm never truly alone. Glory be to God. Lord, I'm so thankful I'm never alone. The angels always bring me in something amazing that causes my heart to light up. They never cease to amaze me. They never cease to amaze me. They always like my mouth wide open. Like, I'm aware enough to pause, breathe, and sit still for the next move, or just know that I am loved in every way that love can show itself. Love has so many different ways to show itself if I sit still to receive it. People go out of their way to do me good because of the favor of God on my life. Rules, laws, regulations, and any red tape is removed from me. It is said we don't usually do this. They really can't help it. And I can't help helping people either unless God said that's it and my intuition says let go. I have miracles every day and uncommon blessings find me without me even searching for them. They just fall upon me. I'm aligned. There's something about getting in line with God. I don't consent to any energy control. I am grounded, safe, and fully in control of myself, untouchable and fully sovereign in myself. All cords are removed from me. I sever that bond. Cut, cut, snip, sniff, burn, burn. No need to hold on. Mm-mm. We've seen each other. It's okay. I'm worthy of my dreams and everything my heart desires. Like I said, these dreams and desires came from God. They're not originally from me. They are the covenant that me and God cut before I left Him. I allow clear thinking to find me without fighting for it. If it's mine, I don't have to fight for it. I don't have to compete for it. I don't have to yell for it. None of that. It just shows up. I'm worthy of seeing all my dreams come true while seeing the light in darkness in any moment. When I change my perspective, I can see everything differently and then dreams just show up. I saw this somewhere and I said, okay, that's mine. All things come to me in perfect, mature timing for my highest outcome and for the good of all. If I win, you win. If you win, I win. Money comes back to me multiplied on every dollar that was spent. Double, triple, quadruple, 100-fold on every 10 cents that was spent. Okay, I call that back to me now. I'm willing to open space for the things I truly want by being gentle with myself. I'm intentional with love for myself. Because how I love me, I can love you even much more. Because that's how I love myself. I saw this on Google, but I added my own little spice to it. Spirit, if it's in my highest good, I remove all energy that doesn't belong to me from my energy field. I send it back to its rightful owner, cleansed and purified. No matter what timeline, world, universe, realm we ever met, I sever the connection and I call all my energy fragments back to me now. I am free. I am free. I am free. Every piece of me come back to me now. I sit in peace while I trust the process and I don't rush the process. Because rushing the process is not doing anything. But frustrating and causing me to worry. That's it. I help visionary women to bring their dream project to life so that they become the change maker the world needs. You have paradigm changing thinking and products, and I just want to help you bring them to the masses. Are you ready to step into your real freedom, do the work, allow your dream to come to you, and wake up excited for life? Let's make it happen together. I'm going to be doing my work because you never get done doing the work. There's always room for improvement. The life you want isn't far away. It's one bold step with support beside you. I know what it feels like to go into the shadow. And I constantly go into the shadow because it's in the valley that you learn the most, not on top of the mountain. Hi, my name is Renetta Cheston, the owner and founder of Life Success Results LLC, soul igniter, trauma overcomer, holistic spiritual strategist. I work with the whole being for my level of training and education, mind, spirit, soul, and body, massage therapy, Reiki and sound healing, holistic practitioner where we pull out all the impurities from the rooter to the tutor, human design practitioner, we start at the beginning. We look at the generational baggage and trauma, womb care and nourishment, intuition and reconnection to your dragon energy, which is the anointing, the burden removing, yoke destroying power of God, that untamed energy that changes your life forever and you say no or not more. We go into the darkness to reclaim everything that belongs to you. We just don't sing about it. We show you how to go in by standing in the now to recover every piece of you left behind. When women and men heal, we heal 7 generations before and after. The womb is a portal to life, and men have one too. So when we respect and heal it, everything that comes from it is whole to lead future generations of leaders with intuition, empathy, strength, and wisdom in the lines of King Solomon. Wonderful thing about King Solomon is he was the wisest man on earth. However, God is no respecter of person. And the thing is, King Solomon didn't have access to Jesus. He came before that. Jesus came and did a Kundalini awakening and showed us grace, God's willingness to get involved with our life and save us from anything that's going on if we allow it. So once we allow that to go together with wisdom, God's willingness to get involved with everything in our life and bring in the wisdom of King Solomon, and just know whatever you ask for is always tested to make sure you on solid ground. When we heal, we change the atmospheres and the eras of the world. When people see a healed woman or man, they want to emulate that, and it becomes a row of dominoes or a domino effect. It just changes how everything happens on the earth. And you would think just one person, you'd be surprised. It's a ripple effect. Then it's time for you to take the Live Out Loud Dream Activation session and understand what's keeping you stuck in park instead of driving towards your dream projects. You are amazing. You have stuff on your laptop, you have stuff in journals. Let's put it into action. Let's bring it to market. How it works: before we meet, you'll complete a short reflection to allow me to personalize the program to what your personal needs are. Face to face on Zoom on a focused 45-minute call, because no one deserves to know all of your business. Okay. And then we can walk through to find out what's really going on to see if you need a full paradigm shift or we will know then. At the end, you will know how to identify exactly where you stopped and what makes you excited and why. It's usually not what you think. It's usually something that's small. We just need to tweak. Or it could be a forward paradigm shift. Learn how to stay committed when life gets tough. Get ready, because life and God is going to see if this is just a hobby or if this is really your dream. Because if this is really your dream, you'll fight for it. Reignite your imagination and give yourself permission to live how you see it, not how I see it, how nobody else. God gave you this dream, and he did not ask everybody else to come in the room when he gave it to you. All under an hour. Investment, $97. We spend that going outside. But I got outside. That's gone. I only have a few slots each month, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. I came out on the other side to help others. I wanted someone there for me, and I get to be the person I wish I had by my side. Again, when you're ready, I'm ready. God doesn't give you what you want until you let go of what's in your hands. Is what's in your hands working for you? Are you ready to let go? When you are, reach out. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, and share this with someone because it'll help my channel. And then hit the bell so you know whenever I put out something else new. Your chance to step into sovereignty is here. Once a month, I give 2 full scholarships. Yes, 2 full scholarships to my transformational program designed to help you renew your mind and reclaim sovereignty over your own life. This is how it works. Number 1, visit my webpage. Number two, you're going to go on the first page when it says connect here. Okay? Number 3, fill out that short form and boom, you're in the drawing for a free private session to get started on your journey back to you. And you'll say, well, I know myself. Honey, I thought I knew myself too until I realized I was doing what everybody told me to do and what they thought I should do. You've been asking for change. You've been feeling the pull. Now's your moment to show up for yourself. You've been showing up for friends and family and for everybody else. It's time to put you first. The only thing you have to lose is the weight of what you've been holding on to. The only thing you have to gain is everything in the brand new you that's been waiting for you on the other side. It's just that simple. The rest, I'll walk you through every step of the way. There are some freebies and a link to my podcast with the Women's Leveling Up recently in the month of May. Also, you'll see a link to the magazine I was just covered in as well. Look at the description below to find the things that truly light you up and leave everything else behind. I cannot wait to talk to you soon. Remember, I placed a link to my own personal bookstore. My books incorporate the essence of God. If you want to feel the presence of God, read In the Garden with the Father, Understanding True Intimacy. This book is a one-on-one representation of me and God having a conversation. And I shared it with someone, and they said, well, so what you going to do with that? And I said, I thought everybody could talk to God. They said, no, everybody cannot. And so I put it in book form, and then you have 45 pages to write down your notes of what you're looking at. Because we have 5 senses, but we really have 15. And I work with all 15, all the different clairs that are in the spirit realm, as well as the 5 senses that are in this natural realm. Okay. And it doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't even matter if you are in a religion that says there is no God. It doesn't matter, because once you read this, you're going to feel a presence. You're like, wait a minute. Maybe I spoke too soon. Okay. Then we have notebooks and journals for all, coloring books for all. Oh, as well as I have 2 books that are on the New York Times bestseller list, Mindset Matters with Jack Canfield and Influence and Impact with Chris Voss. Okay. These 2 books are on the New York Times bestseller on Amazon. I have notebooks and journals for all, coloring books for all that help in meditating, recalibrating the mind. I'm excited about this venture because I'm in charge of my own intellectual property, although I still have a lot of property over there on Amazon. Don't forget about the 105 spiritual laws that govern the earth. Okay, it's in 45 pages in PDF form, so you can study the laws at your own leisure, along with the 54 books of the Bible that was taken out. You have Esther, you have Judith, you have Thomas, the book of Thomas. You have the book of Enoch. You have the book of Mary Magdalene. You have the book of Giants. You have the book of Jubilee. So instead of hearing it about the Jubilee, you can actually read about it yourself. Okay, these are the books of the Bible that was taken out by the Roman Catholic Church. They were taken out because it said it gave the people too much power. And they wanted you to be able to lean on them and not to have your own sense of relationship with God. Okay. And that's what I said. Make sure you have your own personal relationship. All right. And then you have the adjective PDF along with the morals and values PDF that are there for you. Just grab it. The adjective PDF, look, it's 50 adjectives. You find out who you are. Make sure it's positive and not the negative. If it's negative, you get the antonym, not the synonym. The synonym is the same. The antonym is the total opposite. You get the antonym, and then you say boom. And you get 3 to 5. You can get more. But you get 3 to 5. We live, our lives are way too busy. You get 3 to 5 of your morals and values. You put them on index cards, okay? You carry them with you inside your pocket or your wallet or whatever you would like, so you can look at them throughout the day whenever you find yourself in a challenge. So you can bring yourself back to who you said you wanted to be. Because of who you said you wanted to be, you will constantly be challenged as you're going towards that way. Why? Because you've been a certain way all your life, and as you becoming the new person, you will be challenged by the universe and the world around you to see if you really want to be that. Okay? Because if you do, you keep fighting to become that. Don't forget to look at the link to receive 25% off your first order. Apologize. This is the company. No, I don't. Mistakes are part of the process. Okay. This is the company I use along with Natural Remedies. I was given a diagnosis of breast cancer back in 2017, and they gave me 6 months to live, and they said I was gone. So I took this. It is not for long-term use. You use it for a certain amount of time, no more than 6 months. And I was given the diagnosis, said I would be gone in 6 months. So I asked the doctor some questions. I said, this and this and this. And the doctor was like, nah. And I was like, wait a minute. And I said that. And the doctor said, huh? And I said, huh? And I said, I'm not going to put my life in your hands because you just sit here and backpedal and you gaslighting me in this room. Like what you didn't just said. And there were two doctors in there. They was like, no, that's what I'm just looking at him like, so I'm stupid now. Like I ain't just hear what I just heard. I'm not finna put my life in your hands because if you say oops, I'm gone. We ain't got no oops upside your head in here. So I took my life in my own hands and they kept trying to talk me into it. And I said, no. You're not going to gaslight me, and you're not going to sit here and force me to get on no table. No, thank you. I'll take my life in my own hands. So that's what I did. I started eating dandelions out of the backyard because you can eat that whole dandelion, not the one that's got the fur on it, the one you blow all from childhood. Blow everything off, and then you can eat that. Okay. Then I ate that marigold. I think it's morning. I forget it now. It's a purple flower with the thing in the middle. Yeah, it's pretty. It's in the backyard. And we see it as a weed, so we always putting weed stuff on it, but it's actually a herb. Morning glory, that's what it is. It's actually an herb. All right. And I was crushing that up and eating them straight up and putting them with my spinach underneath my jasmine rice with my zucchini, my squash, my red onions, my bell peppers, red, orange, and yellow. Tastes so good raw too. You can put it with some Hidden Valley Ranch, eat it with some broccoli and some cauliflower. Great snack. Another great snack is sitting right here. My pecans. Can you see it? My pecans and my almonds and my pumpkin seeds. I make sure I try to eat some of those at least once a day, and I keep me some papaya seeds in there so I can at least once a week or every 2 weeks to make sure for cleansing purposes, it's cleansing my vessel and taking more responsibility for myself. Because this we only get one body. They're not giving transplants out here for the whole body. Okay. Father God, I thank you for this message. I thank you for loving me. I thank you for the correction because you only correct those you love. For you said, for if you correct us, you love us. If you don't correct us, that means you giving us over to a reprobate mind. Romans 1. And I thank you for correcting me. I thank you for loving me. I thank you for talking to me. I thank you for holding me. I thank you for having a relationship and allowing me to ask all these questions, because in asking questions, I get answers. Father God, some of us was not giving the best go of things, and so we were giving the worst cards on the table on purpose. And they said, and you over here, and you still whooping us, and we gave you the worst cards on purpose. So they told us, okay, after we winning. But we over here winning, playing tunk, spades, and Uno, because you telling us what to play. If you went in our end, we wouldn't be playing. Okay. Father God, I just thank you for that. I thank you for loving us that much. You know what? Just God, I thank you that in you I have my very being and I don't take nothing for granted. I thank you for the opportunity that you love me the way you do. I wouldn't change it for the world. I thank you for the tests and the trials. I thank you for everyone that hurt my heart because they made me stronger. I didn't even know this Renetta could exist, but I thank you for it. And I thank y'all for being here tonight. I love y'all and I love the Lord. Have a great evening. Good night.